Good evening, everyone. My name's Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Thursday, August the 15th, 2013, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary video brought to you by WallStreetTrading.com. Before I get into the video here, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder. Be sure to go check out our website, WallStreetTrading.com. There's a lot of informative information on that site as far as education goes, and you can also find out some details on how you could trade with our prop firm, or if you're interested in taking some of our educational courses that we have available, you can contact me at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com. Aside from that, let's go ahead and jump into this video here. We have a lot of important things to go over. Today was definitely a very interesting day to the downside, and if you kind of looked at some of the things that were going on out there and kind of the different changing characteristics from the intraday action on the ES, you would have been able to spot this market that was actually getting a little bit weak here. All right, so let's go ahead and start by taking a look at the market. The Dow closed down 225, the Nasdaq closed down 63 points, and the S&P closed down 24 points. If we take a look at the breadth on the market, we had 5,126 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the AMEX. We had 1,143 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the AMEX. So therefore, you could say breadth was in favor for the bears. I would say close to a 5-to-1 there. So, we definitely had some decent sell side actions today. And I would say, of course, the bears won today. We've been having those dip buys. If you take a look at this chart right here, we've been having all those dip buyers come in, sucking in those longs, making them buy below that 1680, that dip action. They've been buying those dips, for the past 3 weeks or so. And now today, those dip buyers did not get paid. And I would say there was some decent opportunity today. I wouldn't say as far as the individual index goes. If you take a look at the ES did most of its dirty work to the downside. Pretty much after hours, or I would say this morning or overnight. This morning we had a nice little drop though from 1687 all the way down to 1657. So we had about a nice little 10-point drop from this little breakdown. But after that, we just traded sideways. Again, most of the big drop happened yesterday, starting after hours with the Cisco. Then overnight, some weakness. Then this morning, we had some news out from Walmart, and the Cisco news carried in today, so it did cause for some more selling pressure. But definitely some decent action in the indices across the board in these stocks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, down $2.36, down 1.5%, just about, closing at 166.38. We sliced right through that 167 level, and we did catch support at that key 166 level that we highlighted for you guys to watch from this prior resistance over here, which now acted as support on this side. So now if we break below today's low, then it could get pretty interesting. The next target to watch will be down here towards this 165, and we get below that, we have some nice little gap fill areas down here by 164. This nice support down here at 162. So we do have some decent reference levels to work off of to look to see when these dip buyers are going to come back into the market. A decent level, actually, if the market was a sell-off, I would definitely be a buyer of the market down here at 162, prior resistance. All right, now it should be down support on this side, and that would also be a good area that would be oversold from these highs that we made. So go ahead, bring her on in. Let's find some cheap stocks to watch. Let's find some discount stocks, I should say, here that are pulling back into some support levels. Want to be looking for those pullback buys on the daily charts yet. We'll have to wait to see if this market's going to give us more fall through to the downside that we had from what we had today. If you take a look at the triple Qs here, triple Qs, Nasdaq, some decent support to watch is down here around right in front of 74. It would have been nice if we could have held this support right here, which we try to hold that support right there at the 75-60 area. But if we break below today's lows, I would say look for this support for this little consolidation we had right back at 75. You guys recall 75 was a key level that we were watching before we had this nice little up move. So there's definitely a lot of price memory and action at that area where people are going to be looking to see how it acts at 75. So keep an eye on 75. If we break below 75, then you should be looking for that 74.25 area. Taking a look at the IWM, which has been showing us some weakness for the fact that it has not been able to retest this trend line. You had this little test right here. We had the trend line that was created from this high and this high. Then you had to touch the trend line again right there. Then this time on that fourth attempt, it did not touch the trend line. That showed a little bit of weakness, right? Because if anything, we should have went up there and touched it. and then we were trading in this nice little range. The IWM was showing some relative weakness intraday for the past couple sessions, and we had a nice little breakdown and sold off. We did break. You can see we gapped below 103. 103 was the key level to watch. So obviously the trade on this one was if you were not able to get back above 103, you wanted to get short the IWM. You could have done that via TZA or just shorting the actual IWM itself. We have some support right here at 102. We also have some gap fill action, which I'm pretty sure is going to get filled, which is around 101.50 or so. All right, now I want to make sure I go over actually the VIX with you guys first, and I want to show you guys the action in the dollar, which we've been spot on with. All right, the VIX, nice gap up today. We got a nice gap over this little 1, 2, 3 week range, I would say. As long as we hold above 1353, look for this thing to move higher. I would be worried on the VIX once we get back above 16 as far as the market goes. I would be worried about the markets if the VIX was to get back above 16 and start holding a bit above 16. Alright, so keep an eye on that. If you look at the VXX, you trade the VXX, which is something that we told the traders to watch this morning, to buy this morning and hold it. Which again, opened up at 15, hit a high of 15.30. So not much action there, but definitely looks like it's going to maybe get some fall through tomorrow. Level to watch on this will be right here around 15.60. If it gets above 15.60 and holds above that level, then we can see that 16.11 or so. But the highlight of the day is the U.S. dollar, ladies and gentlemen. The dollar, the commodities, the stocks that are going to get hurt because of this declining dollar, or some stocks that are going to benefit because of this declining dollar. Just take a look here. Dollar sold off, sideways action, was not able to get above this little range, and now that range is acting as resistance from the breakdown that happened right here. We take out this 81 low, and we're going to be making our way towards that target that I gave you guys back when the dollar was over here in this area right here. Okay, so we've been spot on with the weakness in the dollar. Been telling you guys to take a look at these commodity stocks and start buying maybe some of these precious metals that are going to benefit from the decline in the dollar, some of these hard assets, and take a look. Gold, nice pop today, up 2%, back above that inverted cup and handle right there. Right, that's a little cup, little handle breakdown. First test, now we broke above it, and we should be seeing some more follow through in this. I would say up there towards that 1425 target. The gold miners, they've been trading pretty good as well. See the GDX, nice pop in the GDX. We mentioned the GDX to get some more follow through up towards that 3085 target. That's exactly what's happening. Now, if we get over 3085, we have a gap fill that comes in around, I would say, 3205 or so. And you can also watch the GDXJ, which is the gold miners, the juniors, looking pretty good, pretty good. The euro, let's go and take a look at the euro. The euro, of course, shot up with the dollar selling off. The euro will be looking for a breakout in the euro over this 134 level. We also mentioned the fact to watch the euro for a back test and see if that 132 holds. If that 132 holds, should get a move right back up, and boom, there you go. Nice little wide range bar there on the euro. So how is this action affecting stocks? Well, let's take a look. Apple, didn't get hit that bad today. Actually actually did pretty well. Held up pretty well. The market did sell off and rally back off of its lows, but it held up pretty well. So that's good. Amazon, another little big cap tech stock that I like to take a look at. Techs/services, whatever you want to call it. It's going to have some support down here around 281. I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on Amazon around 281. And then if it starts to trade below 281, you want to watch this little range. It's going to be re-entering back into right here between 281 and down here at 270. 270 would definitely be a good area to pick up some Amazon calls or some equities and some Amazon stock down there. What else? IBM. Let's take a look at some more of these stocks here. IBM, of course, this one has been a weak name. If IBM breaks below 184, this thing can get ugly. Keep an eye on this one tomorrow for some more selling pressure. We could take a look at Priceline and some of these other high price stock. Pricelines still a decent chart there. You have this rising moving average, so I wouldn't be too concerned about Priceline until we start breaking and holding below, I would say 920 or so. Let's go and take a look at Google. And Google looks a little bit interesting because it looks like it may try to break down. If we start holding below 860, the next level on this stock of support isn't really until 840 from this prior resistance over here, which should now act as support right there, 840. The financials were weak. Bank of America down close to 2%. JP Morgan down 1.5%, along with Citigroup down 1.5%. Goldman Sachs down 1.5%. The financial sector pretty much got clobbered today here, and that definitely was one of the groups that led the market up. Take a look at TLT as well. Nobody's rushing to bonds. More or less people seem that they're running back into cash. Nobody's looking for bonds for safety here. You can see the TLT breaking down. And again, we've been on top of this, people. If you've been watching our videos, we've been watching the TLT ever since it had this nice little inverse. I'm sorry, not inverse, but ever since it had this nice little head and shoulders pattern here that I brought to you guys' attention back in the beginning of May. And you guys can go back and watch those videos, and now you can see from our call to get short around 116 or so, TLT's down here at 103, folks. So again, make sure you subscribe to the videos, share the videos with your friends, your trading friends, anybody that's interested in learning about how they can manage their money and manage their risk in these markets, these interesting markets that we have, that we love to trade. All right, so that's how the bonds are looking. Again, we'll go through a couple more of these stock names. You can take a look at JP Morgan. All right, JP Morgan has some support around 53, but this is a lot of empty price action around here. So there's not much price action around here. So this thing could definitely slice right through this little area right here. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs will have some interesting support around 158.55. That's a good level to watch. All right, so keep an eye on Goldman Sachs 158. Let's take a look at Bank of America, BAC. BAC level of support you want to watch, and this one's going to be down here towards 14. You can see it was trading in this range between 15 and 14.5 or so, and we're back below 14.5. It's going to trigger a short below today's lows, and then below this little pivot low that we have right there, around say 14.25 or so. Overall, guys, the whole market's looking weak. I mean, the market got hit today. The ES, nice range action on the ES if you're trading the ES. Tesla showed some decent relative strength today, though, up, held positive. Nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-day pull back into the rising moving average. Has been holding that moving average for quite a while now. Definitely keep an eye on Tesla if it takes out this little downward trend line, or better yet, takes out today's highs, could get a nice little pop back up. All right, as the ES is coming into some support levels here. All right, we have a decent support level to watch in the ES right here at that level that I gave you all, and that is going to be around 1650. All right, resistance. We broke it back above it, so it should act as support in this area. We break below 1650, then we're going to have to watch this 1642 level or so. All right, that's about it, folks. Again, all the charts sold off today. Everything's looking the same. But we saw some strength in DE today. John Deere, keep an eye on this name for tomorrow. Nice engulfing candlestick there. Should maybe be able to buy a dip in that stock. Looks like Lennar closed green. Nice little bounce in Lennar. Keep an eye on Lennar tomorrow. Newmont Mining, again, these gold mining stocks, they're looking pretty good. They've been, having a nice little move since last week Thursday, but they definitely, may have some more conviction in those names now, so people may start looking to buy them, even though they had a nice little run. But again, just manage your risk accordingly on those names. Newmont Mining. You can also take a look at GG. You can take a look at some of these smaller cap ones, AUI. Now, be careful with GG, because GG is going to have some resistance coming back in this little price zone right here that broke down. But if GG can hold above 32 and catch a nice bid there, look for this thing to go up towards 34. Again, we've been telling you guys to buy these gold miners and buy these precious metal stocks ever since that dollar has been showing weakness from 3 weeks ago. Penney showed some decent action today. Keep an eye on Penney. They have earnings coming out this week. The stock's definitely going to be in play. A move over 14 could give a nice move up towards like 1460 or so if it gets some momentum. Showed some relative strength today. Aside from that, folks, have a great day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the after the bell market summary. If not, I'll catch you guys sometime over the weekend or Monday. Have a great day, folks. Make sure you check the website out. A lot of great stuff going on, folks. Later.